Yo guys, Christian Gaming Spring Gamer, and welcome back to more Star Trek Online. Last time on Star Trek Online we did mission Spoils of War, and today, for the next couple of episodes too, we'll be taking a look at the Season 18 Awakening update for this game. With it brought some new stuff, most notably new patrols and a new feature episode called Beneath the Skin. We'll be taking a look at that specific mission today. As for the patrols, in the next episode I'll be going over the patrols, how you go about them, you know, what they are about, what you can get from them. It should be noted that these patrols are only limited to the beta quadrant for right now, but there are other ones throughout the galaxy that we'll be doing at some other point. But anyway, the reason why I'm on Joe right now is because, well, I don't want to use Stu for this because it will ruin the continuity of all things. And I don't want to do that because Stu's so early in the game already, so I don't want to do that. Otherwise, there's not much else to go over, so let's get started on the next mission, Spoils of War.
This is Captain Kumarke of the LSS Riskava. My research group is under attack in the Andoria system. We believe the attackers are allied with House Mokai in service to Matriarch Ja'ula. Their flagship is using some kind of super weapon. We've lost 3 ships to it already. To all vessels within range, please. We require immediate assistance. We can't last much longer against...
That doesn't sound good. So we get some interesting equipment from this. Personal repulsion shield. That sounds interesting. And a Lachi bridge officer. Okay. Other than that, head over to the Andoria system. I'm actually there already, and just on my bridge. So head over to the Andoria system.
Oh, thank you for coming, my friend. Things were looking quite grim before your arrival. The Mokai vessels attacked without warning. Be mindful of their flagship. It has a super weapon of unknown origin, and it is devastating.
Indeed. We'll need to act fast if we're going to save Andoria. The Mokai ships are old, but they've been retrofitted with modern technology. Matriarch Ja'ula has been busy since her arrival from the 23rd century. Look, this cowardly attack took us by surprise. We need to deal with these raiders before that super weapon gets turned on my homeworld. Agreed?
Alright, so there's some Mokai ships that are just kind of really attacking blatantly here. But before we, while we're taking care of this, there is some gameplay mechanic changes that are relevant basically to almost everybody who plays this game ever, that I probably should go over. And that's most notably pertaining to beam overload. Now, beam overload is basically a bridge officer ability that everybody has because everybody uses energy weapons, so having beam overload is useful. Now, previously, beam overload would, you would use beam overload, and all your weapons or all your energy weapons would go into a beam overload state, and then you can just pick a weapon to use to fire off a single shot that is very powerful. Well, now that it's changed to make that once you have used beam overload, no matter what level it is, all of your energy weapons will go into into an overload state, and will fire off multiple beam overload shots over the course of 10 seconds. It is so much more powerful now. Almost to the point where it's kind of overpowered, to be honest. I think some more tweaking is needed for that. But otherwise, it is very powerful right now and something you should have. If you don't have it, you are crazy. Oof. Another thing that's notable, kind of, sort of, is that... Yeah, you pick up. Is that there's some new shield effects as well as energy weapon effects that has been added to the game. It hasn't changed up too much, to be honest, but it does make the game a little bit more pleasing to look at, regardless. These Mokai ships are just not going down. This to kind of get myself some more shield power going. Yeah, that's kind of like the really notable things to make about them. Like I like beam overload because everybody uses beam overload. Like, I don't think there's ever been a person I've ever played with this game with who's never used beam overload, because you always have beam weapons. You need beam weapons to wear down shields. Like, your torpedoes will do damage to shields, yes, but they're kinetically based. They're kinetic based, so they're not going to do so much damage. You need energy weapons. So having the ability to use an beam overload several times over the course of a few seconds is better than not having them at all, which I can appreciate. Geez, this guy is not going down. Yeah, these Mokai ships are just kind of like, they're just really, really tough hold. I'm gonna get some help over here trying to take him down. I'm really another thing of noting, if you have the Nimbus Raider call or call item, or the Delta Alliance
Thanks for the assist. Our engines are damaged, but we'll join as soon as we can.
the Delta Alliance reinforcements beacon and the Nimbus Pirate distress call, the cooldown times for both of them has been lowered significantly. So now you can use them a lot sooner than you would have otherwise, which is nice because those are some really helpful beacons to have. Lop off the shot right here. There we go. A little bit of damage to them. Now I'm going to hit them with the nuclear warhead. Hopefully their shields stay down long enough. There we go. Just barely got him. Like as soon as like the... I can't figure out where my thing went. Jeez. No, they probably sent off boarding parties. Shoot. I'm just using abilities like nuts. Hey, they probably sent off a boarding party and I didn't notice them. Or something, I'm not sure. Lop off some high-yield warheads on you. Shields, there we go. Need some hazard emitters maybe now. They are wearing down on my shields. I need a miracle worker and I need it now. Let's see what they can do with the Tychon's Rift, huh? Yeah, their shields are down. Nope, barely. Okay.
Don't worry about us. The fleet needs your help more than we do.
That new Mokai weapon is tearing our ships apart.
Fire the weapon!
Well, that wasn't exactly a good thing to happen.
It has created a massive spatial rift. The flagship is launching probes into the rift.
So it looks like the...
Help! Leave the system! Back to the war!
And she's gone.
We've driven off the Mokai, but they left a very disturbing problem in their wake. We're not exactly sure what that rift is, or what it's capable of. I need answers to those questions. Andoria is my home, and I won't let it come to harm on my watch.
My readings are showing a distinct biological presence with qualities similar in many ways to that of fungi. Very intriguing. I'm afraid astromycology is not my specialty. I believe we'll need to consult with an expert in the field if we're to solve this riddle quickly.
I realize the scientific aspects of the rift are fascinating, but let's not forget this thing appeared as a result of Ja'ula firing her new weapon. It's not benign. It's meant to do harm. The way I see it, this rift is a ticking time bomb, and we need to shut it down before it explodes. Period. My science team has isolated a series of research files that could help us. They're old, from the mid-23rd century. Interesting. A good number of them are classified by Starfleet Command. At the highest level. That's a damn good question. Not sure I want to know the answer. Look, finding an astromycologist from this century and getting them up to speed on this will take time, and we don't have a lot of that. I propose we create a holographic simulation of the author of these files and put it to work on the problem. Good. Let's meet here on the Hoffman. I'll talk to Starfleet about gaining access to these research notes. See you soon.
Welcome aboard. Hope you're ready to go to work, because we have a lot of work to tackle and very little time to do it in. My people believe we're looking at some kind of quantum-level mycelial thread. Basically a giant extra-dimensional fungus. A giant extra-dimensional fungus that somehow serves as a portal into another plane of existence. We're working on that with you, the Lucari, and hopefully the hologram we're about to deploy. Let's hope they have the data we need to get the job done.
Alright, so for some reason, what's her name again? That's what I'll call her from now on. Okay.
Okay, let's get started. I'll initiate the basic holomatrix while you upload and integrate the relevant personality and research data.
Upload profile, but yeah, I don't really know what her name is. Like, is just what I'm gonna call her from now on. But apparently her ship looks exactly like Voyager on the inside.
Okay, merging your data with the core holomatrix. Now, computer, initiate program Papa Sierra 1.
Starfleet. I should have known. There's no way in hell I'm letting you weaponize my work. Also, I don't appreciate being kidnapped, drafted, whatever this is.
Damn it. The simulation isn't accessing data from his Starfleet career. Computer, initiate full security override on my authority.
Hello? Is your universal translator working? Anyone? Who's in charge here? You? It's you, isn't it?
That should do it. Computer, reinitialize program.
Please state the nature of the mycelial emergency.
Isn't that a little cute? Please state the nature of my city emergency.
You know, I was afraid something like this would happen. I told Strahl that our work could get twisted into some sort of weapon. I never expected the Klingons would be the ones doing the twisting. Give me a second. Reviewing your current data. Got it. Okay, we need to know more about the probes this time-traveling Klingon fired into the mycelial network. I'll run some simulations, see what I can find
Alright,
out.
so these are a couple options that you can do to get some information out of him about, you know, mycelial network or Ja'ula, but we're gonna skip those for now.
All right, any more questions, or shall we get back to work?
Alright.
Nice touch. I'd have been fine with a lab from this century, but it's the thought that counts, I suppose. I'm gonna run some calibration tests. I'll need you to handle the radiation and spore saturation levels. I'll start the calibration, then the monitors will show you the level of radiation and spore saturation in the chamber. You'll need to adjust it up or down as we go. Don't let it get too high or too low. If the levels go out of bounds, I'll have to reset the simulation. That's annoying, so don't do it.
Radiation spore levels. Use the appropriate console to keep them in a safe range until the simulation completes. So these two consoles, you need to bring it down a little bit. These two consoles will allow you to adjust the radiation concentration and spore saturation level. Just don't mind the jargon that they put in here. It's just stuff that's important to nobody, but I guess the game and the people in the game. I'm not sure. I'm gonna go over to the other side here. Increase spore saturation.
The simulation is picking up speed. Stay sharp.
You just need to do this for a little bit, though, just for about a minute, as it should be. And that's going out of bounds.
Radiation level's too high.
Dude,
Get it down before
it's
it
getting out of
ruins the
bounds
test.
again. Alright, sorry for being quiet there. That was just... Okay, it should be fine now.
All right, we're good here. Let me take a look at the results. Interesting. First thing, we can use the rift to transport into the mycelial network, which is good because we need to go there to figure out what this Ja'ula is up to. Sorry, got ahead of myself there. I'm detecting radiation coming from the rift of a type unique to 23rd century Klingon tech. It's probably coming from those probes Ja'ula shot into the network. Whatever they're doing in there, it's probably not for the benefit of life, universe, and everything.
Sounds like we need to send an away team into this mycelial network to gather more data on the problem and deal with whatever House Mokai is doing there. I'll set up a mobile emitter so Stamet here can go along. I have a feeling we'll need his expertise on the other side of that rift.
End program. And now we need to return to the transporter and head into the mycelial network, which, by the way, looks really cool. You're gonna like it.
All right, transporter's ready and standing by to beam you into the mycelial network. I took the liberty of sending your ship the adjustments. Your away team will be ready to join you there. Just say the word when you're ready to go. Good luck in there. We'll be monitoring from here. Energize.
Welcome to the mycelial network.